Good morning and happy Saturday from Olive and 2U Studios. My name's Michelle. I am Olive and 2U Studios here in Winter Park, Florida today, and happy Saturday. I'm so happy to be live today. I am live many Saturdays, but sometimes not. Sometimes I do a recorded video. If you haven't already done so, I invite you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you find out that you enjoy today's episode. I've got some fun things ahead for us to talk about today. And since we are live, I see our Yarny-Yous here today. We've got Tracy and Deborah and Cynthia and Katrin and Teresa, Lydia, Jamie, Susan, Diane, and others coming in. Tish is here. So good morning. Good morning. But if you happen to be watching us after the live, because you can watch it anytime at your convenience, welcome to you as well. And we hope you enjoy it also. Sharon's here. Steve is here. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. So it is chilly here in Central Florida today. And unfortunately, all of my hand knits are safely packed away. If you've been hanging around Olive and 2U the last few weeks, you know that I'm getting ready to move. And there's been an update in my moving adventures that I'm going to share with you a little bit later in the episode. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about some exciting things today. We've got Nancy Victorino, who's going to be my special guest today to talk about her brand new pattern, the Bamboo Shoots scarf, that's got some really cool techniques embedded in it that we're going to talk about, along with our upcoming knit along for the Bamboo Shoots scarf. Yes, that's the one that I've been alluding to for several weeks, and I'm so excited to launch it with Nancy. You might remember she was on our podcast a little bit earlier this year as part of her chatting about her tech editing for knitting pattern designers. But now she's coming to us today as a designer herself, which she's been designing for a while as well. So a little different slant on the interview today. And then we've got Cancer colorways to talk about today. Oh my gosh, you all have found those. They're flying out the door. We're going to talk about those. And then, of course, some of our new Color Splash Quad Squad for March has hit the shop as well. So lots of exciting things to talk about. So I'm not in a hand knit because I packed them all away, but definitely feeling the cool temperatures here today. And I'm loving it so much. Oh my goodness. Belinda says she's on a cruise. She can only see comments. Nikki got engaged. Congratulations. That's fabulous, Belinda. Fabulous. Tracy's got the tea brewing, Scottish breakfast in the pot. I had my Scottish breakfast today, my Brody's, my favorite go-to English tea or Scottish tea. Be careful. The Scots will get unhappy about me calling it English. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, we're going to jump right in this morning and we're going to go ahead and get with Nancy Victorino. I want to introduce her. She is Nancy Victorino of Knitwise TE, which is tech editing. But as I mentioned, she is also a fabulous pattern designer. And we're going to talk a little bit about her patterns because there are some things that I've noticed about them that I want to talk about. So without further ado, let's bring Nancy on. Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Nancy has had a grueling week. I just want to say that she has been busy because knitting and tech editing is not her only job. And she's had, like so many of us do at our normal jobs, had a really rough week this week, but she is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed here with us today. So yeah. I'm so happy that you're here. And as an aside, Nancy, you are still the president of the Bay Area Knitting Guild. Is that right?
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are. And I'll be over there this Thursday with you doing a demo on Matilda, my circular sock machine. So I'll be really excited to be.
Yes, we are all very excited.
Hopping into that. But today, we're going to talk about your brand new pattern, the Bamboo Shoots scarf. I am so in love with this pattern. That's such a good picture of you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. So first, I want to ask you, tell me kind of what the origin story of the Bamboo Shoots scarf was and how are we getting to where we are today with this for the knit along? It's a little bit of a story, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite a story. So it started off with a call for patterns for the In Tandem Design magazine. I was a Kickstarter backer for the first year. And so when they had a pattern call out they had a mood board and it was like new growth and Olive and 2U's was going to be one of the yarn supporters. And so I was like, I definitely want to get on this train. So I came up with this pattern, which was to emulate like new growth of like bamboo and like having like the different techniques to show, the leaves and all that. So then we were just about to submit our samples to the magazine, they contacted all the designers and saying they were putting the issue on hold. It was going to be the spring 2025 issue. And they said they were going to put it on hold, but they were going to release the designers for self-publishing if that's the path they wanted to go on, or they could wait and see if the magazine did go. I think they were having like shipping issue, or the cost of printing was an issue. And I think it was too bad. But since I know Michelle and Olive and 2U's, I was like, well, let's try and make lemonade out of these lemons. And I'm going to contact her and see if we can do some sort of collaboration where she can help me promote the pattern. And she did it one better by saying, let's do kits and knit along. So I'm super excited that that's the path that I decided to take with you.
We are super excited about it as well, because I was really smitten with this pattern when I saw it. So I'm gonna let you show the sample in just a second, but everybody knows that I've been teasing this a little bit because one of the things that I love about this particular pattern is how you incorporated two techniques that not everybody is familiar with in creating this particular pattern. And you did that by adding these two details that I think really elevate the pattern as a whole. So why don't you kind of show us your sample, and then we can talk a little bit about those two techniques, because correct me if I'm wrong, when you purchase the pattern, and y'all, the links are in your newsletter this morning, and I'll add them down to the show notes as well. When you purchase the pattern, you have embedded video tutorials into this for these techniques, right?
Yep, there are 5 different videos.
So when
not to say that the pattern is hard. I'm not saying that we needed the videos because it's so difficult. I want to elevate your knitting experience with like a video. Like, okay, so maybe the way I say something is not how you learned it. And so showing someone even, a basic row of maybe something that has a different technique in it, I assume helps people. So
absolutely. I know for me it does, but I love that if you knit this pattern, you will walk away potentially, unless you've already had these in your toolkit, but a lot of people don't. You will walk away with 2 new techniques that you can then apply to other patterns in the future, because it doesn't have to be a pattern that is written with these 2 techniques. You can kind of go off road and make it your own a little bit. So show us the pattern and tell us, show us the sample and tell us about it.
So here's the sample. So it's a scarf, and it does have the surface crochet technique here, which is the green. So the basic concept is that you knit, like this purpley color is called Merlot, and you knit the basic scarf with eyelets. And in the eyelets, you will do a surface crochet technique, which I show in one of the videos. And then you leave your tails at the end, because you will then incorporate them into this bicolor twisted fringe.
I love that. That sounds so technical. Bicolor twisted fringe. It sounds scary, but it's not. And there's 2 ways you can do it, right?
Yep. I show how to do it 2 different ways. I show it by hand and with a fringe tool maker.
So you have options there.
Yeah, there are options, and they each come out with similar results. Like I can show like an example of, like in the video, this is the very little swatch that I work up. And so you can see they're tangled, but you can see the bicolored here. And then this is the one that I use the fringe tool on, and beside the fact that I'm holding them up and they look like they're twisting in different directions, it's just the way that I happen to pick it up, but they do twist the same. So
yeah, absolutely.
You don't need the tool.
Yeah.
I do show how to make it by hand.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love the scarf so much.
Yeah, I love it.
It is on. I love it. Yeah. We've got a lot of people going to Scotland. That would be a great scarf to have over in the UK for the trip on the plane, keep you a little warm. I've always found that overnight flights tend to get a little chilly.
Yes.
So the other neat thing that you have in this pattern, again, it's so well written, so clear.
Thank you.
I really think that is, as you continue on your knitting design journey, I think that's really going to help set you apart in the knitting design world. I know that some designers have great ideas, but they struggle a little bit with communicating those ideas. And I think that you are super clear in what you write. I love also your photos. So you've got in here like the sample unblocked versus the blocked sample.
Yes.
And that's so helpful and show the eyelet so clearly. It's a really well done pattern.
Thank you.
Which I'm just so enamored with. So what I'd like to do now is show the colors because we have kits available. I'm so excited about this.
The color choices.
Yes, yes, yes. And you were in on the color choices.
Yes.
So I love that. That collaboration was really a lot of fun, is a lot of fun. So we do have a knit along starting, I want to say April 12th. The date is in your newsletter, which gives us plenty of time for you to order your kit and get everything to you. And I'm going to go through the colors in just a second. I want to let you know that in the kit, we are including the size G, I believe it is, crochet hook. So you don't have to go out and source a tool to be able to do the surface crochet that's there. We're providing that to you in the kit. And and then you can learn how to do the twisted fringe by hand, or if you want to go get the tool, you can do that either, but the kit's going to come to you with everything that you need. Now, what you're going to be receiving in the kit, and the listing explains all of this, you're going to get 3 hanks of our really squishy, lovely Angelo sport weight yarn, and you're going to receive the crochet hook. Now, the 2 hanks that you're going to get are the main color. The 3rd hank is the contrast color that you're going to receive. I'm only going to show you the 2 colors on 2 hanks today because that's what I've got here in front of me for simplicity, but I want to show them to you. So the first is, and these of course were dyed by Lonesome Pine Yarn Works for Olive and 2U. Lonesome Pine Yarn Works is the exclusive dyer behind the Olive and 2U brand, and Sherry and Terry always hit it out of the park. So exactly the colors that Nancy has there. That's the first kit. This is Merlot, the beautiful Merlot with the avocado. Which is such a great combination. And I have to put this plug in too. It's also a great combination for Scotland. It that kind of purpley burgundy color with the green kind of, shades of colors of Scotland. I love that. So this is one of your kit choices. This particular kit is ready to ship. We have a certain number of them in stock, ready to ship if you decide to go with this original color set. The next 2 kits I'm going to show you are dyed to order, but Sherry and Terry are on it, and they're going to get those dyed really quickly for you, so you'll have them in plenty of time to start the knit along. The next color set is Shiraz and Peach Blush. Now, Shiraz is going to be your main color, and Peach Blush, this light color that's beautiful, is going to be your contrast color as well. And I have a little note about that I'm going to tell you at the end. But Shiraz and then Peach Blush, really, really beautiful. That striking contrast would be gorgeous on that scarf. And then the next one for our neutral people out there, I'm kind of a neutral girl sometimes. We've got Grazier and we've got Moody. And Moody is going to be your main color, and Grazier, what the heck is Grazier? We have a colorway called Graze. Grazier is another shade darker than Graze. See how we roll? Moody and Graze. Graze is going to be your contrast color. So this is great if you're really into neutrals and you want it to go with everything. We've got that neutral option for you as well. This particular set is also dyed to order. Now, here's the thing. Dye to order. Everybody's like, wah, wah, wah. I got to wait on it. Yes, but you get a little more flexibility. If you order this right now, we have this in stock ready to ship, but this is going to be your main color. This is going to be your contrast, period, end of story, unless you want to do a special order, which is possible. If you order one of the 2 dyed to order colorways, these 2 sets, if you want to swap your main color with your contrast color, we can do that. Put a note in the order and we can absolutely. So if you want to do Grazier as your main color and Moody as your contrast, you want more of a beige, a taupey beige, we can do that for you. Or if you want to use Peach Blush as your main color and Shiraz as your contrast, we can do that too. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility there because we can get the right number of hanks ordered up for you. So just put a note in the order for me and let me know the main color that you want, and we can make that happen. Alternatively, I didn't get a chance to do it yet, but a little bit later today, there's going to be a little more Angelou on the website. So if you want to select some colors just off the shelf, you can do that as well and make your own color combinations, or you can always use stash colors that you have available as well. Now, here's how the knit along is going to run. Very similar to others that we've done in the past. We're going to be hosting it in our Yarn to Use Facebook group. There will be an official thread closer to the start time of the actual knit along. The thread's not up yet. It'll be closer, probably around April 8th to 10th. I'll post the thread so you can start posting your color combinations that you have there. You must use olive and 2U yarn in order to be prize eligible. Yes, there will be prizes, and there's going to be 2 prize opportunities. I'm putting a little twist in there. You do need to use olive and 2U yarn, but it can be stash yarn. You don't have to purchase a new kit if you don't want to do that. It's always fun to get new yarn, though. But you can absolutely use stash yarn if you want to do that. But over 50% of your yarn must be olive and 2U in order to be prize eligible. That's all we're asking to be prize eligible. However, those of you who make a Ravelry page and tag both Nancy, are you on Ravelry as Knitwise TE, or is it Nancy Victorino or Mox?
Yeah, my username is Silvermox, one word, but it is under Nancy Victorino.
Okay, so if you tag Nancy and if you tag the olive and 2U yarn in your project page, those who make a Ravelry project page have an extra opportunity to win something. We'll choose a winner from those folks as well. Now, the pattern is not included in the kit, and you have 2 purchase options for that. Both are listed in your newsletter this morning and in the listing on our website. You can elect to purchase the pattern on Ravelry, or Nancy has also made the option available on PayHip. We know some people don't use Ravelry. Yep. So I think you've been really generous in doing it all over the place. So people have lots of options to
lots of options.
The pattern. So the pattern is not included in the kit. What is included is your 3 hanks of Angelo and that crochet hook to make it really easy so you don't have to go source that other piece of equipment for you. So that's how it's going to run. It's going to run for a few weeks, plenty of time to knit up the scarf. And we'll be looking at your pictures and all of that along the way. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh yeah. I love it so much. And I think that your patterns are just so well written and so clear. Yes. And the base pattern is not difficult, right? It's very, very, repetitious.
Yeah, right? It's like a 4-row repeat over and over. Yep. So
it's perfect for travel knitting.
Yes, it is, definitely.
Great. All right.
You do have to block it before you do the surface crochet. That is something that, like, I know not everyone loves blocking. You must block it, because once you do the surface crochet, it won't stretch in the lengthwise direction. So you won't be able to block it afterwards.
That's a really good tip. And I presume you probably put that
I've said that, and I say it in the videos as well.
So good deal. Now, the videos, let me just make this clear. The videos are only available if you purchase the pattern. They are not public videos. So they're embedded in the pattern. You'll get those links in the pattern. They're clickable. And so you can print out the pattern like I did, but of course the PDF that you keep or download will have the clickable links to the videos. So you'll be able to see all of that. So Sharon's got hers ordered.
Woo, thank you.
Woo! So
yeah, and also for the links, if you do paper, you can also just type in, like I have it so you could see the actual total file name. So you could just type it in. They're YouTube videos, and they're only available if you know what that link is.
That's awesome. Yes. I love it. I'm so excited. Sharon said she ordered hers. I'd be willing to bet hers is the neutral colors because she's a New York lady. Oh. And, the New Yorkers love the neutrals. I don't know. She might surprise me. I'll be anxious to see what she says. Yep. So, but if you're going to Scotland and you want this for that project, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Those are the colors. And that's the one that the sample is done in. So
yeah, I absolutely love this colorway.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's fabulous. Sherry and Terry do such a great job dyeing up the yarn, and they're so flexible and easy to work with. Every time I go to them, I'm like, okay, I got a project. There's something I want to do. They're like, all right, we're on it. They get out the papers and they do it. And they're ready to rock and roll. Sharon, she said she was busy ordering. She missed the Ravelry name. I'll post in the show notes, but all you have to do is look up Bamboo Shoots, and the link is in your newsletter this morning and in the listing where you ordered your kit.
Yep.
So it's right there. What is your Ravelry name again, though? Just repeat it one more time.
Silver Mox.
Silver Mox.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you can absolutely order the pattern. Well, Nancy, I'm so grateful to you. I love that you're always game for fun things like this as well. Now I didn't tell you we were going to do this, but I'm going to hint at a little something because I have a history of hinting. Nancy's working on a little something for our cancer colorways for 2025.
Yeah.
So she is designing something for us. So if you're purchasing the 2025 Cancer Awareness Series colorways, there's going to be something in a few months. It's a few months out. She's working on it now that's going to be really special for you to be able to do something with all those colors. And it has the potential to be really meaningful as well, depending on how you use the techniques that she's going to be offering in that particular pattern. Yep. So I'm really excited about that also. And again, when I approached you with that idea, you were all in. And I so appreciate that adventuresome spirit. It makes all the difference. So thank you. We're going to say goodbye to Nancy, but please, I'm so grateful that you were here today. And just so grateful for your spirit of collaboration and all those fun things. And I'll see you Thursday at the Bay Area Knitting Guild.
Yep.
All right. Everyone. See you soon. All right. That was great. I love it when people in the community are willing to collaborate and do fun things. And I know several of you are ordering that right now. So that's awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun for the knit along. We'll host Nancy again on the podcast as we get into the knit along. And she's a lot of fun as she knows what she's doing when it comes to writing patterns because she tech edits for other designers. And I think that is really, really special. All right, let's move on a little bit today. I know many of you, I got so many emails in advance of the release of the March 2025 Cancer Awareness Series Colorway. Sherry and Terry, I say it all the time because it's true. They knock it out of the park. So for March, there are 3 cancers that are the focus of the American Cancer Society as they're trying to build awareness. They are, I'm looking at my card to make sure I don't mess it up, colon cancer, kidney cancer, and multiple myeloma. So 3 different cancers. And honestly, it's really sad that there are so many ways that cancer can affect the human body, that there are lots of months with multiple cancers that are the focus. But I think it's good that you all are purchasing the colorways and telling your stories and getting the information out there. And I'm grateful that all of this is happening so we can donate some money to these foundations for continued research and care of folks and support of folks that are affected by these cancers. So the March colorways are here. This is your little March color card that you're going to be receiving with your 100-gram hank purchases. It links directly to our page that talks about the various focus cancers for each month. And of course, the March page is now up there. This colorway, I am absolutely just in love with it. I've shown it before, but I'm going to show it again to you. So this is called Courageous Tide, and it is beautiful. What they've done here is they have incorporated all the colors for the 3 cancers that are the focus for March this year. And so they're all in there, and you can see, I'll take the cuff off here so you can see it. I got to get it off over that stitch marker because you may recall that all the purchases of the 100-gram hanks come with a coordinating stitch marker. So at the end of the year, as you purchase, you'll have a collection of them. So this is the navy blue. It looks a little black on camera, but there you can see it's a navy blue. Let me get that out of the way. Navy blue stitch marker that comes with it, created by Ann Michael of Twin Mommy Creations for us exclusively. And then we have this beautiful colorway. It reminds me of a flame in amongst that gorgeous navy blue. Now, what they've done is they've gone one further this month. And because there are 3 different cancers, they've also created minis in each of the individual colors that coordinate perfectly with this. So this one is Tidal Wave. This is that gorgeous navy blue. This one is, I have to look at it because I get messed up. Smash Multiple Myeloma. That's a little S, capital M, Smash Multiple Myeloma. And then this one is Crush Kidney Cancer in this kind of golden color here. So those are the 3 minis. They're available in Alcott and Hawthorne weights. Alcott, you might recall, is our fingering weight. Hawthorne is our DK weight. And I know these are going really quickly. We've had several orders. Those are those colors for the minis. And then you have the main color. So it's a perfectly coordinated set for colon cancer, kidney cancer, and multiple myeloma this month. They're all available. Now, if you have already subscribed to the 2025 Cancer Series, you don't have to do anything. These will be shipped to you. You'll be billed on Monday, I believe, and your shipment will go out to you at that time. But if you've not subscribed, you can purchase them however you like. You do receive the card and the stitch marker with the 100-gram Hank purchases only, not with the minis. So do keep that in mind. This is the card that you get, and then with the 100-gram, and then the stitch marker. So super popular. And I know several of you have been affected by colon cancer specifically, or have had family members who have been, or by any of these cancers. What Nancy's working on is a blanket or a throw that you'll be able to incorporate these colors into to create something meaningful and memorable for you. But she's adding an extra feature to it that I love, and that is the ability to put special motifs into it, so that if you yourself or a family member or a friend or a loved one was affected by a particular cancer, you will have a way to memorialize that in the blanket. And I think that's will make it really, really meaningful. I'm going into way more details than I anticipated, because that's just what I do. I spill the beans. But I love that it's going to be a meaningful project and available. So go ahead and order your colorways now. If you want to hold on to them until that project is available, you can, and then you'll have them and be all ready to go with that particular project. So that's what's happening with our 2025 Cancer Awareness Series for the March colorways. Of course, the April colorways will be released in April. So that's happening. Also new in the shop, and I only featured one of the colors this week because it gets really overwhelming to see them all, but they're all in the shop right now. I do like to spill the tea, Kim. She said I like to spill the tea. I only like to spill it verbally. I don't like to spill it when it's on my lap. I'm just saying, I've done that before in the morning. But we have our very new March Color Splash Quad Squad that has hit the shop, but I've only featured one of the colors today, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek at all of them. So the March 2025 Color Splash Quad Squad, they all coordinate perfectly together. That is the goal with the Quad Squad every month. This particular month is based upon the egg colors of heritage breed chickens. I love the egg colors. And so Sherry and Terry went to work and developed these gorgeous colorways for us based on those heritage breed chickens, and they're perfect for spring. So I'm going to show you the very first one. It is a gorgeous blue called Cream Legbar. I think that makes sense if you're a chicken person, but probably not so much if you're not. And this is not a cream colorway. So Cream Legbar is this beautiful blue color, and it is not just a tonal blue. I'm going to see if the camera can pick this up. There are some tiny, tiny, tiny micro speckles in there. Do you see those? That technique where the dye breaks, and it is beautiful, and they're so evenly distributed along this yarn. Now, this is the Rawlings base that I'm showing you right now. So you're seeing that little bit of a micro halo that our Rawlings has. But see those micro speckles? I'm sorry, I just can't stop looking at them. They add such interest. They don't hit you in the eye and overwhelm you, but in a project, you'll just see that really subtle influence from those micro speckles. So it's more than just a tonal colorway. It's got some additional complexity and interest in it. I love that. So this is Cream Legbar. You can see the color better. It always washes it out close to the camera. This is a truer color. This is Cream Legbar that has hit the shop, and it is beautiful. Now, I'm going to show you the other three colors. The other three are not featured in the newsletter. They'll be featured in future newsletters, but they're on the website, and you can purchase them now if you want to. This is that Grazier colorway that I talked about earlier. I love this neutral colorway, Grazier. Again, it's tonal. It's a little darker than our original Graze. That's Grazier. It goes with it. I'll show you all four of them together in just a moment. This is Egg Basket, and it's got some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful speckles itself. This is Egg Basket. Look at those speckles. Again, all inspired by those heritage breed chicken eggs. And you can see that blue in there that works perfectly with Cream Legbar. See that blue? And then the grazier color is in here as well. Gorgeous. And then the other one is the one that you see behind the Cream Legbar in the newsletter today. And this is Easter Egger. And it has more of that blue and kind of that beautiful kind of sagey green. And there's probably 12 different shades of green in this. And it too has some of those micro speckles that go perfectly with Cream Legbar, grazier, and of course, the Easter basket. So I'm going to show them all to you at once because they work so perfectly together. Now, these are available on multiple bases, but if you find that you want to do a project and you need a specific base and you need more of it, all you need to do is contact me and I'll set up a special order. Sherry and Terry dye those up pretty quickly. And so you can be sure that you're going to get that. But these are, let me see if I can hint them all there. These are your 4 colors together. Look how perfectly they work together. I'm going to move this around so you can see more of that blue. How perfect do those colors work together? I love them. Perfect for spring, perfectly coordinated, makes it so easy to choose colors for your project. Absolutely. So the one that's in the newsletter this week, the link is there, is the Cream Legbar, which is that beautiful blue, but all of them are on the website. We make it really, really easy for you. So lots new this week. We've got the Bamboo Shoots knit along that's happening with the kits available for you with that flexibility on the dye to order kits if you choose to kind of swap out your main color and your contrast color. And then we also have the March 2025 Cancer Awareness Series colorways that are just absolutely stunning with the minis that coordinate perfectly. And then, of course, the Color Splash Quad Squad for March as well. So, yeah, Lydia says perfect for a skein shawl. Absolutely. And then Kim makes the point, perfect for a fade sweater. Absolutely. That's what's so cool about these collections is that you have the availability of doing so many different sort of knitting pattern techniques. Fades are really popular, multiple colors in a shawl when you want to coordinate them really well. It makes it easy to do that. So if you're a blue person or you're kind of a neutral person, this particular set will work really, really well for you. And you can always intermix it with other colorways on the shelf or other colors that you have in your stash as well. So love it, love it, love it. It's so much fun to see what is happening in the dye studio with Sherry and Terry with that Color Splash Quad Squad every single month. It's a lot of fun. We've got some other colors in the shop I'll be showing you in the coming weeks that you don't want to miss out on, but that avocado and Merlot, do you love those colors? Wasn't that beautiful? And Nancy's scarf, the Bamboo Shoots, that might be what I do. I haven't had a lot on the needles lately because there's been a lot going on in my life. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, but I'm anxious to get back to it. And perhaps my upcoming road trip that I'm going to talk about in just a minute will be the perfect time to do that. And I think that I want to do the Merlot and the avocado combination to get ready for Scotland. I'm so excited about Scotland. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of a life update in just a minute, but I want to talk a little bit about Fiberside Chats. The Yarn Use continue to show up for the Fiberside Chats at Longmont Yarn Shop in Colorado. Fiberside Chats are a great way to be able to listen to designers, have kind of a session with them, learn about their particular techniques or perspectives on designing and the things that they bring to the table. Next up, we've got Melanie Berg. I don't have the date in front of me. I want to say it's in a week or two. It's not tomorrow. She does amazing things, and she's come out with a brand new innovative technique called the row map. I knew it was row. I had to look at my notes for a quick second. The row map. She also has an upcoming book all about sweaters. So she's going to be sharing with us in the next Fiberside Chat. Now, the link to that is in your newsletter. And if you've ever signed up before, you go to the page and there's a drop down and there's so many different yarn shops that are listed there. Well, Olive and 2U is listed there as well, and they're listed in alphabetical order. So I would love it. It would mean a lot to me if you would choose Olive and 2U Studios as your local yarn shop, sign up under our name. That helps us a little bit financially and gives us a little boost. So really, really grateful for your support through the Fiberside Chats. Now, what's also neat about them, very often they occur live on Sunday afternoons at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. For the most part, there are some variations there, but most often, and this one's included in this, they are recorded. And what they do is after the chat, up to 24 hours after the chat, they will email you the link so that you can watch it at your leisure. Perhaps you weren't available when it was live, or maybe you want to go back and review it again. If you're like me, I like to hear something once and it kind of gives me an overview, and then I can go back later and hear specific areas that I didn't pick up on or that I wanted to know more about. So it gives you the opportunity to do that. But that link is only available to those who go ahead and register for the Fiberside chat. So Melanie Berg is the next guest up, and that's going to be a really great session. The link is in your newsletter this morning. So I'm going to take a drink. I'm talking a lot. You ever notice that? Oh, Michelle Browning says the 24 bird shawl would be perfect for that color, that set of colorways. So definitely some great ideas going on there. So many of you heard I did a life update, which is not normal for me. Like, I don't usually talk about a lot of personal stuff on the podcast, but I did a life update last week on the podcast, and everybody knows I'm moving to Maine. There's my little keychain. So we've had some developments, and I promise to keep you all posted. And so many of you send me emails or text messages or messages asking me what's happening with the move. Kim says she ordered her bamboo kit. I know several, I'm seeing notifications come through. I know those are going really quickly. So get your bamboo kit. So everything happened fast. We put our house on the market. It sold. We had a contract in 3.5 days after it was on the market, which was a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect it to go that fast, but it did. And we we have traveled, as you know, extensively up to Maine, like 4 times in New England since Thanksgiving. Our first trip was to New Hampshire for Thanksgiving. And that's when we realized, oh yeah, we've been wanting to move for 2 years and Maine's the perfect place, or New England's the perfect place. And then we ended up in Maine. We've made multiple trips up looking at homes, making offers on homes, and doing inspections on homes. And none of the inspections that we had done so far were satisfactory to us. We really wanted an old farmhouse, but it turns out that an old farmhouse, while lovely, they can be money pits between the foundations and the heating systems and all the things. They have a lot of charm, but so we ended up getting out of some of those contracts due to unsatisfactory inspections. So it's been a bit of an adventure. So our real estate agent in New England, up in Maine, has been really doing double duty. She's been out on the street for us doing FaceTime walkthroughs of properties that we have found or that she has found that we thought would be suitable. And it's kind of just a funny aside. I have vertigo. I have for many years off and on. And turns out having somebody FaceTime you while they're walking through a house is not great for vertigo. I got sick the first one and I couldn't figure out why I was kind of nauseous and dizzy and sick. And then I went back because I recorded the walkthrough so I could see it again. Again, like I was talking about the Fiberside chats. I want to see it the first time and then I want to go back and review it again to kind of solidify it in my head. And the second time I watched it, I got sick again and I was like, oh, now I know what's going on. So now when we have done walkthroughs after that, Jim kind of is like, okay, look away. Now she's somewhere stable. Anyway, that's just an aside you didn't need to know, but there you go. So Anne, our real estate agent with Maine Real Estate Choice up in Maine, has done a great job being on the ground for us. And so we found a house finally in Bridgeton, Maine, which is exactly where we wanted to be. We love, love, love Bridgeton. Great community. I want to say the population is 5,000 or 6,000, but I could be way off on that. They have Good Karma Yarn and Soap there that I've already connected with. They've got a great fiber community there as well. And so the house is in Bridgeton. So we put an offer in on the house. We are currently under contract. The inspection's Monday, but it is a newer build. The house was built in 2022. So we're hoping that means a really good inspection. And our inspection's Monday and our close date is April 18th. So we close on our home here in Florida on tax day of all days, April 15th. And then we close on our home in Maine on April 18th, giving us just a short period of time to get ourselves, all of our stuff and our dogs up to Maine. But luckily, we talked to the title company this week and they said we could sign our paperwork here up to a week ahead. So we're working on the logistics for that. So we're moving to Maine. Like I've been saying that, and now it's really hitting me we are really moving to Maine. So we will be Maine residents in less than a month. It's actually, I think I looked at the calendar today. Well, I know I looked at the calendar. I think that it came out to be a little less than like just one day shy of 3 weeks that we'll be up in Maine. So very, very excited about that. A little apprehensive. It's one thing to talk about something in theory. We were very excited about moving. It's another thing to have it smack you in the face that, oh yeah, you're moving to Maine. Like no more pub subs. If you're a fan of Publix subs, I got a Publix salad the other night and I was like, oh, I won't have those anymore. So all the things that you start to realize that will change for you. I was telling somebody this morning, so Needleworks is at St. Richard's Episcopal Church, where we are members and very active here. I love this church. After my mom passed, her ashes are at Bushnell up at the National Cemetery here in Florida, but I have a memorial brick for her in the memorial garden here at the church. And every day, pretty much, that I'm here at Needleworks, which is 5 days a week, usually Monday through Friday, I go out to the memorial garden and I visit with her for a few minutes. Sometimes it's 30 seconds. Sometimes it's 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes I talk to her. Sometimes I don't. But that brick brings me a lot of comfort, and I won't have that brick anymore. So our property, when we close on the house, it's 1.5 acres. It's beautiful. It's surrounded by evergreen trees and pine trees and all the beautiful things. And I've already told Jim I'm going to have to get a new brick for my mom and make a little garden there so that I'll still be able to go to the brick and kind of remember her. It's kind of a standing stone. So in Jewish and Hebrew culture, standing stones were very important in the Old Testament. I learned about that in the Mourner's Path. And I've got a couple standing stones to my mom. Some are literal and some are figurative, but that brick has been one of those. So I'll have to develop a new standing stone for my mom. But I say all that to say, I'm moving. I'm very excited about it. And here's what you need to know as Yarn a Use. And I hope to do a podcast about this in the next few weeks. I'm really excited about it. Olive and 2U is not going away. To the contrary, there are really exciting new things on the horizon, given my move and given some opportunities that opens up. Some of those things you can look for retreats, perhaps in the Northeast. I've already been in communication with an inn that is local up there about doing a retreat there. The Freiburg Fair is a fair in Freiburg, Maine that's been going on since the mid 1800s. And it draws like 250,000 people in this little tiny village. And it has a huge fiber component. So I'm looking at maybe getting some Yarn a Use up there to go to the Freiburg Fair with me. My new studio in the new house is beautiful. I love it. It's all wood lined on the second floor of the home. And I'm excited about that and how I'm going to set that up for podcasts and all sorts of things. I've got plans. I got lots of plans, and I actually have ways to execute those plans, which is even more exciting. A lot of that execution comes down to this community and my gratefulness for the people who have always bolstered me up and helped to support me and Olive and 2U Studios. So there are really cool things coming down the pike, some of which I've alluded to in the past, some of which I have not alluded to in the past, but I can't wait to tell you, but I'm keeping my lips zipped on some of this. I know that's hard to imagine that I'm zipping my lips on some of that, but I am. I'm really, really, really excited. So one of the things that I did this week, and I, again, didn't intend to tell you this just yet, but I'm going to because that's what I do. I've reached out to some of our really wonderful Yarn a Use. All the Yarn a Use are great, but I've been a little less present lately in the group because I'm trying to pack up my life. It's a lot to schedule a move, to organize the sale of one house, the purchase of another, and then all of the logistics that have to happen in between in packing up a house. I'm not whining. I'm just talking realistically, y'all. It's a lot to pack up. I mean, Jim and I were combined households anyway, and now we're packing up our combined household. It's a lot of stuff from all the years of our life on planet Earth. Of course, we're sorting through things, and then getting the moving company. The moving company came on Thursday to tell us what that was going to cost to get us moved. My eyes are popping out of my head. But it's a lot, and I'm excited, but it takes time. And it turns out I'm only human and there's only 24 hours in every day. So I've been a little less present. I understand. I'm grateful to the Yarn a Use who absolutely understand that. But back to what I started to say. So I have kind of reached out to some of you and asked you if you would take on a few little special projects to kind of keep things rolling in the group while I'm kind of in the background taking care of business so we can get on the road to Maine and bring new fun things to the Yarny Use. And I'm grateful because all of the Yarny Use I reached out to have said, yes, I'm in. And that is really heartwarming for me that they have taken that on. So I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be yet, but stay tuned because we've got the bamboo shoots knit along. Then we've got another little fun knit along that you're going to love because you've already heard about it. Some of you have asked about it. That's going to be coming. And then we've also got another knit along that's going to happen onto that has to do with the people going to Scotland, but will be open to all of the Yarny Use as well. So there'll be more coming about that in future days. So stay tuned, exciting things on the horizon. And again, my gratitude for this community and for my customers is overwhelming. You all have been great. It's a tough time for small businesses right now. I have to tell you, as a small business owner, it can be a little frightening sometimes, but you all are there. And I'm so grateful for your continued support and how you continue to shop small and stay engaged in the community. So look at that. Look at that. It's Tish. Don't forget to hit the like button. Absolutely. See what I mean? That's the community. I didn't say hit the like button except once at the beginning, and Tish is there bringing it on. So please, please, please do hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't done it yet, if you've been watching these podcasts, we've got a lot of new viewers over the last several months. If you've been watching these podcasts and you're like, I don't know, go ahead and join the Yarny Use on Facebook. It is a wonderful group of supportive people who love to knit and crochet. We've got quilters, we've got cross stitchers, we've got needle pointers, all kinds of people with all the crafts. It's supportive. There's no politics, no drama. And that is so important now more than ever. And we don't even have to really moderate to make sure that that happens. I tell that to people. Everybody just knows the rules and nobody breaches them. And so it keeps it a really pleasant, peaceful oasis on the web. And I'm so, so grateful for that. So that's what's happening with the update. We'll be rolling out of town probably. Not sure yet. We're working with the moving company. We'll probably be rolling somewhere around the 10th or 11th of April to get on the road, take a few days with us and the puppos to get us up to Maine for closing and making all of that happen. And I have to say, I know I'm going on and on, but I can't help myself. I couldn't do this with any sort of confidence except for the Yarny Use community and my friends and supporters here. So otherwise I'd be terrified to kind of let the business take a little bit of a back seat for the moment. But I don't have to be terrified. I've got Monica, who is going to continue to ship right here from Florida. Shipping will continue and fulfillment will continue right here from Florida. Monica is my operations manager now. She got a little bit of a promotion a few months back. And because she's so competent and so good at what she does, she's my operations manager. She'll keep things rolling right here at Needleworks and continue to fulfill right here. And then I've got others behind the scenes that do a lot to keep us rolling along. So including the Yarny Use. So Sharon says, I need to make a pit stop in New York City. We will see. Oh, Tish, the biggest drama is playing yarn chicken. Exactly. That's as bad as it gets in the Yarny Use. So anyway, all good things coming, all exciting things, more on the horizon. And I could not be any more excited about all of this and all of you. So all of you, do you see what I did there? All of you, all of and to you. Was that intentional or not? I'm just asking. So anyway, once we get rolling in Maine, I'll still be here on Saturdays. I probably won't be having pink drinks because where we're moving, I think the closest Starbucks is 30 minutes away. Oh my gosh, what will I ever do? I'm going to break my habit. That's what I'm going to do. Going back to drinking water, fresh water, good water, healthy habits. No more pink drinks except as a special treat, not trip. Sorry, trips on the brain. Anyway, thank you so, so much for being here this morning. If you're local, I will be at the Bay Area Knitting Guild on Thursday, me and Matilda, my circular sock machine, for a demo and some fun there. So if you're local and can make it over to the Bay Area Knitting Guild, absolutely do that. There still is a free downloadable PDF on the website about the Bay Area Knitting Guild if you want to learn more about it or how to be a member or how to participate. just input Bay Area Knitting Guild and it should come right up for you on the website. So thanks so much for being here today. All the goodies are on the website and ready to be shipped to you. All the links are right in there. And as usual, if you have any special orders or things that you need to do that's different, let me know and we'll get you all set up. Just send me an email and we'll get you taken care of. And our Scotland friends that are heading over to Scotland with us, I did post in the group this week, the ETA little visa that you do on the app is actually going to be increasing in price like $3 or $4. So if you haven't done it yet, I recommend that you do it, and we'll be pushing out more information about Scotland. It's happening. We got a couple seats available and get a couple more people on the trip. If you know anybody who wants to come, we can absolutely make it happen. All right, everybody, thanks so much for being here. I'm Michelle with Olive and 2U Studios, here every single Saturday, generally either live or recorded. And give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much. And we will see you in the Yarn of Use. Take care. Bye-bye.